What is up, everybody? To Reverse TV today, and we're gonna talk about the PS5 SSD, this magical, also magical SSD, and how it compares to an super advanced internal SSD that you can buy off the shelf at probably your local electronics store, like a Best Buy or Micro Center. So apparently, someone did a comparison because of the patch, because of the SSD update, you can put different SSD drives into the PS5. And so with that, people have compared the PS5 SSD, the PS5 stock internal SSD, in one scene to another scene with a Samsung 980 Pro M2 SSD. So the PS5 SSD ran at 56 frames per second, and while the Samsung one ran at 58 frames per second. So it ran a little bit better at 58 frames per second. It's only two frames per second better, so it's not that big of a deal. But the main thing that we're going to talk about is because people said that Ratchet and Clank could only run on the PS5 because of Sony's magical SSD that Marcus Cerny made. Like this, they made this SSD seems like it's like like the scene from the Disney movie Fantasia when Mickey Mouse is like a wizard. He like brings their brooms to life and they start like brushing the castle and like mopping the floors, and the brooms just come to life with all his magic. That's what they make it seem like how Mark Cerny did with this SSD. Like he just dabbed a little bit of magic into it and just came to life. Like the only no other SSD can do what the Sony PS5 SSD can does. They made it seem like it was just that magical. But it turns out that any other SSD can do this. Any other high-end SSD can do the same thing as the Sony SSD. So they were saying that no PC SSD can match this, when that's proven false, because we got one that shows that, hey, this PC SSD can do the same thing and run a little bit better, slightly better than the PS5 one. So it is just shocking. So he continues to lie to his fan base, and that fan base of zealots continue to believe the lies and push the lies like to some extreme level to make people believe that this SSD is super magical. It's just ridiculous. Like it's just ridiculous at this point. So let's see what people are saying about this. So a person says, imagine how slow an Xbox SSD will be. Probably runs it better. This is kind of getting sad. I'm glad to see who have fives love the performance, but the overwhelming / overdone hype for those SSDs was pretty ridiculous. As long as it works great and cool by me, I'm so over the console war garbage that marketing and the fanboys created. Wait till Sony fans read your tweets and get excited over the fact they can increase performance of their PS5 by buying SSDs that cost just as much as the PS5 does. They'll realize at some point that SSDs will then install will be too fast, it breaks the game mechanics. Okay. That off-the-shelf SSD is also cheaper, performing better than that 200 plus proprietary Samsung Xbox Series S SSD. Why do they keep talking about the Xbox SSD? What does that got to do with the topic at hand? About how they said this PlayStation SSD is so custom that only the PS5, like only certain games go on the PS5 because it's custom SSD. Oh, you mean an SSD which PCs have for a while? Want to talk specs and hardware? PC hardware, which is now what you are using on PS5, S all over the magical PS5 internal SSD. They just fell into one of the most classic marketing techniques in the console history. You mean buzzwords they said Xbox was famous for? Sony shows use cheap parts, which is why they're already not selling at a loss. They are probably limited to the speeds for heat concerns. I would imagine it has a proper custom and high-end controller, but they were super concerned about heat input, so it's likely on limit. Makes you wonder how custom the PS5 SSD really is. It's custom how they soldered it on the motherboard. It's custom how they soldered it on the motherboard. Does that count? Nope, that can't be. I was told that the PS5 SSD was the best SSD on the market. They were definitely going around with that narrative. Like the PS5 SSD is like no other SSD ever made. They were definitely pushing that. That's the craziest thing. They was definitely saying that all over social media. Like there's no other SSD like the PS5 SSD in existence. And it's just like we figured out that was a lie. It's just like what else have they been lying to the public about at this point? Like, geez. But I was told there was nothing faster than the PS5 SSD, and that PC can't match it. PC SSDs were almost 3 times faster when PS5 launched. I'm kind of mad at the PC community for letting this narrative go on. Because I've been seeing so many fanboys go with this narrative for the longest. And I was actually believing for a minute. I'm like, yo, is this PS5 SSD this amazing? Like, is that fast? But from what I'm getting, the PS5 always had SSDs that were just as fast as the PS5. It's like, and like no PC guys said anything about this. It was like they just let it go on with these guys just pushing this BS all over social media. Like, really? Finessed again, just like they like it. But the PS5 SSD is revolutionary, and PC SSD would never compete for many years to come. They were definitely saying that too. They were saying, "Yo, this is insane." When it comes down to it, this is some crazy stuff right here. It's funny how PC people warned against hyping SSD performance, but fanboys will fanboy. If the PS5 had a built-in shaving kit, they'd never stop bragging. but Mark Sony with SSD. I thought this was already known when the Days Gone was shown on PC to be outperforming the PS5 SSD. Days Gone does have a native PS5 version. Sony will hear you and go back into hiding for another year with a fake mustache and a goatee. Okay. I remember when they said the PS5 SSD was the fastest on the market. Some for PC were almost 3 times faster at launch. Finish him, humiliation, third-party SSD wins. Ponies got finessed. Yeah, dude, that really is too bad that all them ponies had and you just took it from them. I mean, unless you're like a real tech expert, how would you know? Like they would definitely like bragging about this thing on social media like it was just a fact, like it was just the gospel at this point. Like this was like the fastest SSD ever made. Like yo, this is wild when this all gets revealed that was a lie. Wow. PS5 internal SSD was never good and magical as it was advertised to be. Lip sync via SSD was joke of the year. Facts. Even the Ghost of Tsushima thing, like they said, they're going to do the lip sync on this PS5 SSD because it's so. This is insane. But most people won't realize that the super fast custom SSD has trash write speeds compared to the off-the-shelf SSD, worse than the Series S and X. I have this exact internal. Let's get it. That SSD, custom SSD controller. Okay. Ponies got excited again. Dude, it's simple. Just get a drive with a read speed of 7,000 to 5,500. What? But PS5 games aren't possible on PC? LMAO. This is not the generation to be a pony. Wait, so a fast SSD does impact performance and FPS? Only can be done by the PS5 SSD. That means we can upgrade how that plug and play working so far. The SSD is 3 times faster than the Xbox Series X internal SSD. You said they have to constantly deflect to the Xbox SSD. When Xbox wasn't being quoted as being the best SSD on the market, the fastest SSD, that's what PS5 was saying. That's what PS5 fanboys were saying. That the PS5 SSD is the fastest SSD on the market. That nothing on the market right now can touch it because of how fast SSD is. And it turns out that's a lie. So why are you deflecting the Xbox? PS5 still has pop-in. So fanboys are tech illiterate, so they easily are misled by market employees. Yeah, this is some wild stuff right here. Who would have thought that it wasn't just only possible on the PS5 special SSD? Can't say I'm surprised. Wait, y'all told me Ratchet was only possible on the PS5 SSD. This game can run on PC. It can run on PC. It can run on Xbox as well too, with the Portal technology. So it's possible on PC. Another day, another Sony lie exposed. Yeah. It is just sad. It's definitely like he said right here. It's just sad that they're, these PlayStation executives just be lying their asses off, bro. They just be lying nonstop. They just lie at this point. I was told the PS5 SSD beats everything on the market though. Yeah, this is just wild. So I want to conclude it right here. It's obvious that we definitely should definitely take what these people say with a grain of salt because it was like it always turns out, especially like on the Sony side, when these people are always lying to their fan base and the fan base just pushes the lies on social media. I'm just shocked because I'm thoroughly shocked about this information. But definitely want to see your thoughts down below about this. Leave a like if you like this video. And as always, thanks for watching and peace.